Hey guys, welcome to the pod seat. We got two videos for you today. One is going to be about Disney, and the second is going to be about Montana and TikTok. So,
So, so how's the day been, man? How's your day before you start the videos? How's it going?
well, it's going really, really good. So potentially uh we're in some some nervous meetings with the debt ceiling. Sunday is going to be basically a very important day. Biden's going to supposedly talk to Kevin McCarthy about that debt ceiling. So that's going to be a very nerve-wracking day. And it's very we'll talk about that, especially on Sunday. We'll let you guys know what's going to happen. But right now, let's talk about Disney. How's things with you, Lex? Do you still want to go to make a trip to Disney World anytime soon or Disneyland?
No, no, not really.
No,
Not because of Disney. I just don't want to go to Florida right now.
they're
We're gonna have to.
celebrating their 100 years, so it's probably something
I,
epic.
I celebrate it from home. I watch
We'll watch a Disney movie or something.
watch Disney movie. That's what I'm gonna do.
So,
But it's,
Disney.
tell us what the video is
Well,
about.
let's go right into the video and we'll see what they actually have. So,
Who's in the feud between Disney and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis? Morgan Brennan joins us now with today's CNBC Money Minute. Hi, Morgan. Hi, Cynthia and Kate. Well, Disney announcing today that it is no longer moving forward with plans to build a new Florida campus amid the ongoing feud with the state's governor, Ron DeSantis. The entertainment giant also announcing it will no longer be requiring 2,000 California-based employees to relocate to Florida. The chairman of Disney's Parks Division said, quote, changing business conditions are leading to this decision. Can we go back to Disney for a second? I mean, wow. That's big news. It's very big news, and it sort of goes back to Disney put out quarterly earnings last week, and on their conference call with analysts with Wall Street, CEO Bob Iger spoke about this dynamic with the state and has been making clear that this shift, this change in tax status could result in some changes to the business strategy that Disney has laid out in recent years. So here we see it happening. Hardball is being played. Morgan Brennan, our thanks. Coming up.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's breaking news by downloading the end.
So as you can see, Disney is basically if we share the screen and let's show you how the stock reacted to that news. Stock was going great. It was going with the market. The market was actually doing phenomenal today. Even though there's a debt ceiling crisis. But yeah, as you can see, Disney stock was up 1% today overall, but it went up to 94, almost broke 95. But as soon as the news basically came out, it never really truly recovered like the market was doing. So I mean, it's good to see that the news didn't really tank it. But as you can see, their financials, their profit and revenue is still good. Their cost of operating expenses went down. So maybe them canceling that new campus, I mean, it might not it might affect their growth, but you might see their operating expenses go down because they're not going through with that plan. So what do I think about this? I think it's a good move by Disney because obviously the state isn't respecting them the way they used to. So they're not like, like the favorite child anymore, which I think it's time for Disney to expand elsewhere, see other territories where they can actually get, things going and stuff like that. And maybe there's, a different state that can benefit from this.
But do you really think? I don't think Disney will ever leave that state.
They won't leave that
It,
state. No,
it, it, it but
very
think about
costly.
it. 2,000 people not coming to Florida. That's $1 billion investment that state's not gonna get anymore. I think it's they trying to make it up as political correct as possible. They're saying that is the finances too, but it might be more of the government in that state that's against Disney. Now they're gonna start losing because think about it, 2,000 people, they will come here or come to that state, buy properties, maybe lease apartments, buy food, gas, cars, and they're gonna lose all that revenue. I think that's just the beginning of Disney punching back the state, and Ron DeSantis is gonna have to do something about it before it's too late.
Yeah, but I think Ron is hardcore, stuck on that his
But you cannot be that selfish.
yeah.
You have
I
you
you gotta come up with a plan where like both parties can mutually agree. But I think Disney is such a corporate structure that it has more muscles to flex. So that's why they think that Ron will get intimidated by this. So I think that's why he's not doing what is expected of him. Like, that's exactly what, me and you would think, like, hey, you're going to lose all this. But Ron saying that we're not dependent on Disney. We don't need that woke money. We don't need anything like that.
they do.
Florida's good.
No, I'm sorry, man, but I don't care what he might be thinking that they don't need Florida. I mean, they don't need Disney. I think they do.
But
It's
you
the
gotta
number
look
one.
at it this way too. Disney also needs them because I
Oh
mean,
no,
it's vice versa because
it's a mutual agreement.
yeah. So what the state provides Disney is something that Disney doesn't get from like, California, even though like California is a more populous state than uh
Florida.
but the income Disney World makes is way more than what Disneyland makes. So that is definitely one of the, things that, and a lot of people like Disney. I mean, I would love to take my kids to Disney World and everything, but I mean, what Disney needs to understand is that a lot of people don't want to be like, influenced in other things, they want to be influenced with like normal things, like, growing up things. But now, it's a very controversial topic because now there is the LGBTQ community in the world. Everyone knows about it. Everyone is it's time to like accept that there is going to be LGBTQ people, and they want LGBTQ movies also for Disney. So that's why Disney's taking that step. You gotta think about it like hey, there's a lot of influence going towards this LGBTQ movement, and Disney doesn't want to hold back and lose those customers either, which is completely understandable on Disney's part. But what Ron is trying to say is that oh well, if you're gonna do that, then we don't want you here, which that is completely like that should be completely unacceptable too. Because look, if as a parent, if I'm not comfortable with the LGBTQ, then I should not let my kid or daughter watch it or be affected by it till they reach a certain age or something like that. But till then, to completely like remove that is completely going against what Disney World stands for. So I mean, people have their beliefs, people have their ways of expressing love, which should be completely acceptable. But I mean, unfortunately, there's two political sides going at it, which is gonna probably ruin things for Disney goers and Disney lovers.
Well, all I gotta say
Florida,
is
yeah.
if they need to move, they can move to Texas. It's a big state.
I mean,
Weather is
Texas
not
is
the
one of those
same,
states
but
that is very conservative as well. But a lot of like Texas is a whole different story. Like the migrants and the immigrants that are coming into this are very liberal. They're more, towards the Democrats. So I think, so that's another topic we can talk about, like how Governor Abbott is closing the borders. He doesn't want like the people coming into the state because of Biden's incompetency. And
we're gonna we're gonna make another video. We're gonna leave that for another video.
So
But
the next video we have,
the next video is about what? TikTok?
Yes, TikTok, another social platform that is getting banned from the state of Montana. That one is also,
that is a big deal. Which it doesn't surprise me. I think it took too long for somebody to do something. And I think some other states are gonna follow.
probably.
Montana has become the first state in the U.S. to ban TikTok. The new law prohibiting the popular Chinese-owned app will take effect at the start of next year. Republican Governor Greg Gianforte signed the measure yesterday. He and other Montana officials are seeking to protect residents from alleged intelligence gathering by the Chinese government through TikTok. For their part, TikTok condemned the ban in a statement provided to CBS News. Representatives accused the new law of infringing on Americans' First Amendment rights. The company also says that they will continue to defend the rights of their users both in and outside of Montana. Joining us now is Sapna Maheshwari. She is a business reporter for the New York Times. Sapna, great to have you, and we're trying to understand exactly the implications of this ban, and I'm hoping you can help us out with this in particular. The governor says that anyone in violation of the law is liable to pay $10,000 per violation and an additional $10,000 each day that the violation continues. Tell us, does this mean users potentially face penalties if they're using TikTok in Montana come January?
Not so much. So from what we understand, the onus is really on the big companies in this situation. So TikTok will actually be fined $10,000 for violating this rule for operating in the state. And actually, what's really interesting is Apple and Google would be charged fines for allowing people to download the apps from their app stores.
Interesting. So,
wow.
The question then becomes enforceability. I mean, what are the main challenges, Sapna, that Montana is facing when it comes to enforcing this law?
So this is something that a lot of people are talking about. It's going to be difficult to limit access to TikTok within a single state. So people are wondering, how will it work? If you visit Montana, will TikTok suddenly stop working? If you live, near the border of the state and it looks like you live in a neighboring state, will TikTok work for you? So there's so many questions around this. What the state has pointed to as a comparison point, though, is some of the online gambling companies and apps for sports betting, where they said, listen, we've been able to put restrictions around things like this, therefore we will also be able to do something like this with TikTok.
Really fascinating. Just that idea that you could be traveling and when you cross state lines, suddenly you're not able to use TikTok anymore if you want to. Do you expect that other states are not going to follow Montana's lead and try and create their own bans on TikTok?
It's hard to say. I mean, I will say that in the past few months, really since November, we've seen tons of states follow each other in banning TikTok on government devices. It hasn't led to a lot of outcry, banning it from a state employee's phone. So I don't know if we're going to see in this case. I think people are really waiting to see, what kinds of legal challenges might come up as part of this, what sort of backlash it might face. Right. And also, what TikTok users in the state might say.
Well, that really goes to the heart of this question, because when we're talking about government devices, the government, of course, can regulate what you use on a government device. But in this case, it's individual users. Right. And I'm imagining that it is likely to face legal challenges.
That's what everyone's anticipating, that there will be court challenges based on the First Amendment. Just as soon as the bill was signed into law, you had immediate statements from the ACLU, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the list goes on. And they're all basically saying that this is an overstep by the government, by the state of Montana, and many groups are saying they plan to fight it.
All right, Dr. Majbari, thank you.
Thinking about going solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home. Well,
Well,
of course, there are
what do you
three
think?
things you need to know about going solar, and one easy way to find them.
I think it's not. I think it's wrong. I think they should let the people decide what they want to watch. It's just something personal. It's funny to me. It's funny to me when they come up with these ideas of. You see how easy it was to sign that bill? Why isn't that easy to sign a bill
For
to
debt ceiling or something like that to help.
for debt ceilings or for buying a weapon?
Because it's called politics. So
It is, but that's what is the same freedom people have to, or the choice they have to buy a gun. The same freedom people should have to go ahead and download that app and say, okay, shoot, I don't care if China is watching.
yeah,
It's not my if they want to watch me, what I do is okay, but let them have the option to look at it and have fun. Maybe 2 hours a day or whatever time people look at it. Because I honestly don't watch videos on TikTok. I just don't. But that doesn't mean that I don't want other people to do it. If you have the choice or the option to do it, go for it. Just let the people pick what they want.
yeah.
Don't force it. Don't force it. So what do you think?
Um, hey, we had that Snowden thing happen in 2009, I want to say 2000 something, where we were being watched by the American government. But I think now people are okay with the American government watching us, but not the Chinese government, so that's what's causing a lot of controversial things. Now I think I would say that it is like whatever it is a breach of privacy. So the thing when China is supposedly doing it, I think it takes the data from our citizens and see what they're doing, what livelihood they're in, and I guess they're using it as a national security threat, which as an American I would completely understand. But it's the freedom thing again, so if going on to what you said, that it was so easy to pass this bill, like there should be a way where the people have a say in a bill as well. Like I think democracy needs to be changed. Well, the reason why it's not changed because obviously it's so corrupt, but I think how we vote for the president, I think if you know we how they give town hall meetings and everything for citizens to ask questions, and if there was a system where the people could vote for some bill or some tax or some thing that they uh know what we're passing, like if we pass like a $5 trillion bill and then it causes inflation 2-3 years later, I think the people should know that they should be educated on that, but they're not. They dumb people down by letting us scroll on these videos, TikToks, Instagram, to keep our mind diverted from important things. So I think but as a citizen you should be well informed first of all, and I think there should be a vote casted for every bills that being passed. So the popular, because if it's a democracy, it goes by the popular vote. So if the popular vote for a bill or a tax or something gets passed, I think that's how our democracy should be made, because the majority of the country wants that. And if the minority of the country wants something too, then I think they should be allowed to, hey, we want TikTok, we know the repercussions of that. But
Yeah, I think it's something that we had to have the choice. I mean, we need to know what's going on, and what you're saying is just put people focus somewhere else. With TikTok, I think it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
If you don't watch the news, you're not gonna watch the news, even though TikTok is no longer available. You're just not gonna do it because it's not what you want. And some people don't even care about what's going on because it doesn't make a difference in their life, which that's what they think, but in reality, it does. But it's a personal choice. And the problem here is to let the people choose what they want. Having said that, I don't know if you have anything else to add, but we will see what's gonna happen if another state is gonna follow, if it's gonna probably reconsider and not cancel that because it's gonna happen. So I just I think hopefully
Yeah, it's going to be a very
no
controversial topic. A lot of people make money off of TikTok. And we'll see what happens. And I think whatever does happen, I think another company will basically either make receive the content that the creators were creating from TikTok to, like, places like Instagram, YouTube Reels and
yeah
stuff like that.
yeah
So there's always other companies. So I know it affects people's livelihood, but we'll see how it goes. I mean,
yep
national security is the most important, I think, before, or you caring about what you watch on TikTok and stuff.
yeah
But with that being said, TikTok does say that, it provides Americans like the garbage content, and then Chinese people like very educational content. I mean, it like, it goes well, actually what you watched, or so what you searched for. So like
yeah.
it. But all right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Give us a like, share, subscribe.
Thank you guys. Take care. We will see you on the next one.
Bye bye.